Hello, I'm Taimur Nabili in Kuala Lumpur with the top stories on Al Jazeera. The top US general in Afghanistan says the tide is turning against the Taliban as more US troops arrive in the country. President Barack Obama agreed to a troop increase only last month, but General Stanley McChrystal says the difference is already visible. His comments come on a day that was the deadliest for NATO troops in Afghanistan in the past 2 months. 6 soldiers, including 3 Americans, were killed on Monday in various incidents. China has successfully tested new missile interception technology amid heightened tensions with the US and Taiwan. It comes less than a week after the US Defense Department approved the sale of Patriot missiles to Taiwan. China considers the island part of its territory, and the Chinese Defense Ministry says it reserves the right to take unspecified action if the sale goes through. The US says it is unwilling to discuss North Korea's request for a Korean War peace treaty until Pyongyang commits to ending its nuclear program. North and South Korea are still technically in a state of war because the 1950 conflict ended in a ceasefire and not a peace deal. On Monday, North Korea said signing a peace deal is an essential step towards improving relations. Chile has become the first South American country to be admitted into the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. The Paris-based group is made up of 30 wealthy and industrialized nations. Chile's president says its inclusion will be a major boost to helping the country become a developed nation. The 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council and Germany will meet on Saturday to discuss Iran's nuclear program and possible new sanctions. The United States is putting pressure on the P5+1 to impose sanctions on Iran in an attempt to force the country into halting its nuclear program. However, China has been opposing more punitive measures, calling instead for more time and patience. Over the course of the next decade, more than 24 million men in China will be unable to find a spouse. China's Academy of Social Sciences says a worrying gender imbalance has developed since the one-child policy was introduced in 1978. That policy led to a rise in abortions of female fetuses, and in some rural areas, for every 100 girls born, there were 130 boys. More on those stories and all the latest updates at our website, aljazeera.net/English.